Hey YouTube, coming at you with an Ultra League team. This was from a bit earlier, so maybe their elo is higher now, but this is from the very best that no one ever was. Showdown, meganium, feraligatr, and blastoise. Very quick. Grass and water actually cover each other's weaknesses. Yes, they do actually cover each other's weaknesses. Yeah, sort of. And offensive resistance, given that water Pokemon has ice coverage for dragon and flying. Okay. Well, has ice coverage for dragon and flying. Got it. I was about to say, I'm like, what? Yes. You cover your dragon weakness. So like Guzzlord, which I think is on the first game here, and flyers. What are the main flyers in the Ultra League? Talonflame maybe, and maybe one other. So let's actually look at the battles, see how it plays out. There's your Guzzlord. I remember seeing that when I started this up. So instant swap feraligatr, and they instant swap Jellicent, which is kind of a weird one. You're doing super effective with the claws, but you have no charge move for this, whereas the hexes and stuff will really put pressure on you. But you know, if you actually go Shadow Ball here and don't bait, you're probably going to outpace here, but just with the claws. So here comes another Hydro. They do shield, and now you can like what, commit shield, hope they go Shadow Ball again, commit to the farm down here. Yeah, they do just go Shadow Ball, and they give up Switch, kind of knowing that that's what was going to happen if they just stayed in there. You just farm down and come out with a ton of energy. So they get into that matchup right away, worried that you're going to be taken out there, so just come straight Blastoise. Blastoise has some bulk. One Ice Beam is super effective, but it's non-stab and won't have enough damage on it to take this out. So it'll probably chip to the yellow, but should live. You should probably just go Hydro if you can get to it, but they do get to move. Crunch, not enough to take you out. Oh, you got to throw the Hydra there. Coming back in feraligatr, getting that. Oh, I really thought you can get the farm down, but that extra hex there on Blastoise is enough to get them to the surf. Not enough to take out though. And now trying to bank this Hydro. And both instant swap, and it is a Cress here. Let's see if it's Moonblast or Future Sight. Probably Moonblast. Yeah, you want that Moonblast coverage for your Guzzlords and Darks in the Ultra League. So get off the Frenzy Plant here. We'll do good damage. Won't take out, obviously, but I don't know if this will take out either. I think it'll probably leave them with a few HP left. And they do live with a few HP. But it is a Cress, so it's not very attack heavy. Speaking about a Pokemon that just kind of disappeared this season, Cress, Great League is like almost non-existent anymore. So getting to the Hydro, we'll take out the Guzzlord. Claw down, not quite. Vine Whip down, hopefully. Yes, for the win. Meganium into Curdilly. So, yeah, you just kind of need to play this one out, eh? It's a good matchup overall. You got the Frenzies. They're going to get to the Rock Tomb. This one actually makes sense to throw the Rock Tomb, unlike every other matchup that I've seen with Curdilly. So, get into the Frenzy. This will chip. It's neutral. They have lowered your attack by 1, but, you know, still takes them to the yellow. Throw here. This will probably force a shield. I can see them shielding and then trying to get another Rock Tomb off to lower your attack one more time. And they do shield. But you can actually probably live this. What are both of you doing? I don't know if that was like a fast move time. Like both you're trying to like optimize fast move timing, and in the same process you both let charge moves go that could have gone through. This thing probably has 2 moves. I don't think it's worth the shield here. Hey, look at that, throwing the grass not on the water. Look at the growth on your opponents here. So I would gonna let this go. It is just Rock Tomb. Having a Frenzy. And it is a Guzzlord. So just gonna chip with the Frenzy Plant here. You may have wanted to bank that to have a little more health. Sorry, like not lowered your attack. You're gonna let the first one go. It's just Dragon Claw. That does not do much. There is no point of baiting here. Something is going wild outside your door or something. Yeah, there's no point of baiting. start shielding. I assume you can just roll out down. Yeah, just get the full roll out down. Go Lurk, great lead. Oh, Go Lurk's gonna have a tough time against this team. And again with the Guzzlord. So not surprising, we see basically what we see in the Great League. Guzzlord is kind of under, I was going to say underused, but it's not underused. Everyone's starting to use it now, but it's underranked. It's a very, very strong core breaker for many, many typings in this meta. Taking the Ice Beam and living. Going to get to another move. You'll probably live one more move, but not many more Dragon Tails after this. So going to get to the Ice Beam and throwing the Ice Beam, just trying to grab a shield to take this out. Can we get to a move? No. You will probably want to align with Meganium just to resist the slap. The Shadow Punch, it's non-shadow Golurk, so it'll hurt, but I don't think it'll be too bad. What's in the back? Cobalion. So that, here comes the first Sacred Sword. You have 2 shields. You're going to let the first one go here. I don't think you can let too many more go, because these moves come pretty fast here. So here comes the first Hydro. They shield. And now I'm assuming you are going to shield right back here. I think we're almost at a Hydro, so maybe just a 1 and throw here. Yeah. Or 4 and throw. No, you can't. You literally did the only thing you can't do. You can go 1 and throw. You can go 2 and throw is not the best. You can go 4 and throw. That is optimal again. You cannot go 3 and throw and let them get the full fast move through. And now you let them catch the Hydro on the Golurk, which is, I guess, a fine catch. Yeah, what the heck? I guess they see Cobalion as their win con, which is not the worst idea. Going to bait the Earthquake, knowing that even a resisted Frenzy is still going to do a ton of damage. Not enough to take out, but they just dumped, and you let this go. I thought you just let this go and Shadow Claw down. Are you that low that you can't Shadow Claw down? And here comes another move. Dumping this energy, even though the Vine Whip is resisted. So now you can claw down. But you were pretty easy clawing. Weird endgame there. Okay, Zygarde. Half ground, half dragon, so this is neutral. So yeah, we'll probably just play this out. You are, again, double weak in the back, double water in the back. Do you need to try to draw out something? Do you need to try and draw out a grass? Do you need to... Grass will be tough this team, but you have Ice Beam like you mentioned. Electric. I guess depending on the electric, you can just Hydro Cannon through it with the shield advantage. So we're going to stay in, take the Outrage, get to the second Frenzy. Are we going to instant swap into feraligatr after this throw here? Not get farmed down? Yep. That's exactly what I would do too. Do not get farmed down. Getting to the Hydro. Oh man, battery your notifications are making me anxious. Motion detectors, battery at 5%. So shield advantage, mirror match here. Losing CMP, yeah, 0 tech would do that to you. So they will throw the Hydro, shielding it up just to match their shields into the 1 now. This will probably put them in the yellow. But now you're going to get clawed down here. It'll be close. Actually, you live with like 1 HP, which means they have to throw because they do not want to take the Hydro on you, which is fine. They just dumped energy. You get the Meganium back. Yeah, I was about to say you get the Meganium back in, but you're pretty low, and those claws would add up. And the charge moves are resisted here, so it actually does make more sense to come in here, roll out down, and come out with energy. And that energy is on Mewtwo. I'm guessing Armored Mewtwo. It is Armored Mewtwo, which will be able to eat these Hydros with ease, and these confusions are going to add up. You do have 2 shields, so you might want to start using them. But these confusions are going to put on a lot of pressure, fast move pressure here. And they are bulky enough that they can definitely live at least 1 more Hydro Cannon. And they will let that go. You got to get to 2 moves. Yeah, the problem with it's pretty slow charge on Mewtwo. In fact, it's so slow they almost needed to just try and confusion down, but the spamminess of Blastoise coming in play here. 12s and 9s to get to these Hydros for the win. Typhlosion. Okay, crap lead. Feraligatr. The only problem with going Feraligatr is that this thing could have Thunder Punch. It probably does have Thunder Punch, but they are going to bank that and come Primarina. Oof, this is rough. So they probably banked a move, coming in Primarina as a Charmer, taking the resisted Hydro, but that still does enough. At least we're going to grab a shield here or take out. Obviously, we hope we take out. But they do shield trying for the farm down here. We're going to get to another move. We are, which is going to grab the second shield because they're not going to lose switch at this point. Which means we let it go. We come in meganium, basically just sacrifice it. You got one turn denied there, but who cares? Blastoise is going to be your win con. Disarming Voice lands. Here comes a few more Vine Whips. Are we going to try an instant catch here? Yep. They're going to have a couple Thunder Punches. I would probably start shielding in case they have like a Charm or something in the back. Looks like you are. Yeah, okay. There's the shield. Thunder Punch is super effective and you don't know what's in the back yet. So you can't like take a super effective move that'll put you to like the yellow and then if they have like a Charm or something, you're just screwed. It is a feraligatr. So obviously we're going to save the shields for the Thunder Punch, but oof. The feraligatr is running Crunch and just hit us and lowered our defense. So we're going to get out of here. Yeah. And get to the Frenzy. I mean, it's fine overall. Crunch is neutral. Decided to go for the Hydro. Okay. Going to undercharge but you're still going to take it out though. Yeah, it's a Shadow Meganium. And now they're going to get some energy. And now they are going to... I was about to say, are you just going for the extra rollout? Because if not, you're going to lose CMP anyways. And, well, like, no. Because if you went for the 2, they're already on 5. So they have to either throw the charge move before and get it off, or get to the 10, which means you easily get the extra move in. Okay, so Ampharos. So we save swap feraligatr. Ampharos met with Ampharos. Here comes the Hydro. Grab one shield. Volt switches are really adding up. And here comes the charge move here. Probably just going to let it go. It is a Thunder Punch, so goodbye. Meganium, I would have liked to burn the Switch Cock a little more than just coming in immediately here. So, Brutal Swing is neutral. Volt Switches are resisted. We're going to take another move here. Man, this thing is spammy. I know I've used it a few times as a safe swap. Definitely has play. Now we're going to farm up a little more here. Get off a Frenzy. This will take out. I doubt that they shield. Out comes the Guzzlord and then instant swap. So again, we are just going to try and, I assume, 2-Shield Blastoise through this. So the weird part is your Hydros are resisted. So it's going to take a lot of effort to take out this feraligatr. While at the same time, let's see if it has Crunch or not. No, but these Claws and Hydros are really going to add up. So the only concern here is if you don't start shielding, you're basically being in the red and then Dragon Tailed out and then going to have a tough matchup in the back here. So you kind of need to shield this. Yeah, so there's the shield. We're going to instant swap because we can still get an Earthquake off here to put them within Hydro range. Oh, don't get it off. Now we have to burn this shield, which sucks because they're probably going to let this go. And now they're going to take you out. Even if you get to a Frenzy, that's not going to do it. And just game's over. Yeah, top left. That's tough. Ampharos. So we're definitely staying in this matchup. Nice to see it on the lead and not in the swap there. So at best they're going to have Brutal... Well, not at best. They could have like Focus Blast, which would hurt. But they're throwing pretty quick. So it's probably just a Brutal Swing. And just going for the Frenzy. Earthquake would be super effective, but, you know, Frenzies will put it to the yellow anyways. Yeah, or if not red, I was about to say Shadow. You can Vine Whip down from here. Hopefully you can Vine Whip down before they get to the third Brutal Swing. Yes. Coming out with a ton of energy. Going to instant swap when we see the Typhlosion. Does have Thunder Punch. Non-Shadow. Still going to hurt. Takes you to the yellow, and out comes a mirror match feraligatr. So Blastoise in the back on the fire is good. I would throw the Hydro immediately. Oh, okay, they threw the Hydro immediately. That's fine. I thought they would claw down there and try and come out with some energy and put some pressure on your Meganium. But they are not doing that, so getting the Frenzy off here, this will take out. Instant swapping into the Blastoise. You'll live one Thunder Punch. I'm just trying to think of like, you can't roll it down because that got nerfed. Yeah, kind of a weird fast move timing. So it's a 3-turn versus a 5-turn. So you just kind of need to throw a 1 and throw. where they have to just let the first rollout go. Well, no, they don't have to. I'd probably incinerate, but then they'd have to be worried about another move there. So yeah, 3 versus 5 turns are like very odd to like try and fast move time. So get the second Hydro off. Here comes the second Thunder Punch. No, it does not come the second Thunder Punch. They have another Incinerate, which means this will take them out. Which means that you will win this matchup pretty easy, as they now sort of top left there. Tentacruel. Ooh, Tentacruel. I was about to say, you're taking super effective from the poisons. Frenzy. Frenzy to grab a shield or chip big and then come into a water Pokemon was not the worst idea. Yeah, I would get, yeah, okay. I kind of like that. Got the Frenzy off, took it to the yellow. Swap for Feraligatr. Is just an acid spray. Out comes a Giratina. At least we have Ice Beam for this, but yeah, Giratina is probably going to be one of the hardest for this team. Any dragon, really. You have Ice Beam, like you mentioned, but these claws are really adding up and starting to get closer to energy here. A lot of energy. So here comes the first move. Dragon Claw basically takes you out. Gonna come Blastoise to try and get off an Ice Beam here to take it out. But again, here comes, they got at least 2 Dragon Claws here. So here comes the first. Blastoise is very tanky. Here comes the second. Again, it's going to start to add up the more you just let these go. So here comes the Ice Beam. It leaves them with 1 HP, and they get to another move. And now put you in the deep yellow, and now it comes Tentacruel, so we're just going to chip here. You almost need to instant swap because you don't want to get farmed down here and then let them acid spray you. Don't get farmed down here. You cannot let them lower your defense by 2 with acid spray. Instant swap. Whoa, they let it go. Ooh, because they have a friggin' Articuno in the... Okay. Yeah, what are you going to do there? Articuno in the back. A flying ice Pokemon against the Meganium. Not much you can do. Speak about not much you can do. I mean, I guess you could come for Alligator and do super effective claws. But we have a Gorgeist. And now taking that move and coming in here. Got to shield up the grass moves though. But at least the claws are super effective. So these are starting to add up here. But the Speed Bomb comes... probably got to throw a Hydro here because, yeah, they're going to get to a move. So you just want to, if they're going to get to a move, you want to burn at least 1 shield before you have to shield back here. I would shield back. Ooh. Yeah, I also thought that they would have a move before you got to the Hydro there. Obviously, next time you just throw the Hydro. But, yeah, also Ice Beam here would be double super effective. I'm sure you know that, or maybe kicking yourself. Because Ice is super effective on ground and super effective on Dragon, which will do an insane amount of damage. And they let it go and get 1 shot accordingly. Basically just seems like a sacrifice, and it has a Skeldurge in the back. So getting to the Hydro, bad timing there. Letting them get a full Incinerate through. I would instant swap, not get farmed down. They still throw... What is with your opponents having like easy farm down scenarios? I don't know if that was easy, but it would have been close. But basically just dumping energy when I don't think they have to. So maybe they're going to try and catch or snipe. It's tough to catch on a 5-turn move. Yeah, 1 and throw. It's almost impossible to catch on a 5-turn move. You almost need to like wait multiple seconds and then roll out down. I think there's not maybe 1 more battle left. Yeah, 1 more battle left. Another Guzzlord. Another safe swap into Feraligatr. They will stay in and knowing that they can just chip a bunch. I like this. I always say never bait, but the one time you can bait is this scenario. Your opponent has an insane amount of energy, but for some reason they have not dumped any of the energy. So they're staying in, even though Meganium would be maybe a better matchup. And they have a ton of energy, and you're at the Ice Beam, but they haven't thrown any energy. So if you got off an Ice Beam, it wouldn't one shot. I don't know if it actually wouldn't 1-shot. It probably do. If it doesn't 1-shot, it's going to be very close. Okay, so it puts it to the red because we do land that one. Anyways, you put a lot of pressure on them there. So you're going to come in and roll out and show your last Pokemon, or you're just going to come? Yeah, so we're going to come and roll out Blastoise. Just get that rollout energy, knowing you can take the charge moves here. So going for the full rollout down. Get it. Lots of energy on Blastoise now. What are we seeing? A Florges. So we're going to have at least 2 Hydros here. Here's one. They do shield. Here comes the second one. They could have Trailblaze. Doesn't even take them to 50% and makes the catch on Meganium. Hopefully it is the Trailblaze. That would be great. It is. Resisted Trailblaze. Out in the back is a Drapion, and at least it is shields down because Earthquake would be super effective. So take the crunch. Get to the Earthquake. This will be super effective from a Shadow Meganium. Not quite a one-shot. They do get to move, which is fine. I think you just let this go and then roll out down. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Let it go. It is actually just an Aqua Tail, so don't even get the roll it down. Come in here. Another Hydro probably does not take out because Blastoise. But it looks like they maybe have just top left there. And yes, you will roll out down now, even though you probably would have needed a second Hydro, but there's no point of throwing that and letting them potentially screw the game over for you. So thanks for this mission. Yeah, I guess feraligatr and Blastoise, kind of like you mentioned, do have enough coverage for the grass and flyers with the ice and the dragons with the ice. So it actually kind of makes sense. So thanks for this mission. Thanks for watching, everyone. Send those Spring Cup submissions, and I will see you guys in the next one.